Hey, good people. It's Carla PR of CarlaPR.com, and I'm so glad that you joined me over here on Purpose Chat. It's so good to chat with you about this topic today. You know, we've been talking about, if you follow me on Instagram, which is at CarlaPY70. If you follow me on Instagram, we've been talking about gifts, the difference between gifts and talents, and the development of skills, and we want to put it all together for you here. And I do little brief ones over there, but over here I can do a whole lot more, and I can give you more detail on the subject matters that we're talking about. So what I want you to do is make sure you go ahead and follow me, or you subscribe over here on YouTube, and click that notification button and share this video so that other people that are trying to walk out their purpose, or that need to start walking out their purpose, can get the information too, and you don't just keep it for yourself, because it's free. Help somebody out. So click that notification button, click subscribe, and you can get notified every time I upload a video here on YouTube. But I also want you to go over to Instagram and subscribe over there, because then you can get the little videos, the little minor videos during the week, because I put a lot of stuff over there that I don't put over here sometimes, and it's fun. And I love seeing you. Okay, so let's get right into this thing. So let's talk about it. We were talking about gifts, the difference between gifts and talents, and then we'll talk about skills. First of all, a gift. Your gift, when you were thinking about your purpose, all of these elements, the gifts, skills, and talents, are very instrumental in your purpose. They're extremely instrumental in your purpose. You need to know that God gave you gifts and talents so that you can walk out and help people and do those things that you're purposed to do. Okay, so gifts and talents are natural abilities, mostly. But let's first look at the gift. The gift is something that you do without really trying. That gift. Do you have to cultivate your gifts? Yes. I'm not going to say that you don't have to do anything for your gift, but it comes so natural to you. It's almost like breathing. And the cultivation, or the work that you're going to have to do in your areas of gifting, is very, very minor. It's very minor. There are some people that are just natural athletes. They are gifted athletes. They are very gifted athletes. You got the talented athlete, then you got that gifted athlete. I look at Biles, with the little girl, the Simone Biles. She gifted. If you look at her with that gymnastics, girlfriend is gifted. She's gifted. She puts the work in. I'm not saying she doesn't put the work in, but it's just something that's like almost like breathing for her. She's broken all kind of records. She's come up with new moves that they're now implementing in the different Olympic games. And all. She is just gifted in that area. You will see people that are gifted in music and instrumentally. When we think about people that are that just sing so well. If we look at the Josh Groban's, look at his story. He's just gifted vocally. He's very gifted vocally. It was like him working with Celine Dion was like breathing. It was like, oh wow, this kid can do what? Just opening his mouth was just so, and singing was like phenomenal, so just really gifted. It didn't take a lot. Do they work on their, do they work in their area of purpose? Do they work on that thing? Do they work hard? Yes, they do, but it's almost like breathing. Okay, that's the gift. Now let's switch over to a talent. A talent is something that, like a gift, is kind of natural, but it's something that you do well naturally, but it requires more effort. You have to work at that thing. You have to put a lot more into it for it to grow and for it to be something of substance that you can really use. Where a gift is like breathing, a talent is like, okay, you good at that, but you got to let's get that. Let's work on this. Let's work on this thing. You can be a talented athlete, a talented all over athlete. You know how you see I don't know, I'm dating myself a little bit, but Deion Sanders and Bo, I forget his last name. Anyway, they played both football and baseball. And so you see them, they were very good at both of them. They were all over athletes. They're very talented athletes. You see those people that are just talented. They're just very talented in competition. But they work hard at it. They have to work at it. It doesn't come just so natural. It's not like breathing. It's something, I'm interested in that. I can do that. Wait, I'm good at that, but I got to work at it to get better at it. You see what I'm saying? So there's a difference between a gift and a talent. I'd say the biggest difference between your gift and your talent is the amount of work that you have to put into it for it to be usable, for it to be beneficial for you and for the people that you are working with within your purpose. Okay, so I would say the amount of work that needs to go into it is the difference between your gift and your talent. Like I like to cook. I really love to cook. But I'm talented at it. I'm not gifted in that area. I mean, I do very well. My family is not complaining, but I do very well, but I work at that. It's a talent I have. I work at it really hard, to make sure that I can do, a really good job, because I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. And that's another thing. Gifts and talents are normally something that you're really going to enjoy doing. It's not something that you don't enjoy. Gifts and talents is like, gifts and just who I am. I really enjoy doing that, so when you're looking at your gifts and talents, those are things that come more naturally. You put some work into one, you're going to put more work in than the other, but they're things that you're going to use for your purpose. Now, let's talk about that thing called a skill. This is the one that we mostly don't like. The development of skills. We can develop our gifts and our talents, but the development of our skills, we really don't like. Most times your skills can be summed up as areas that you have to gain an education in. Areas where you're looking to gain this education. A simple one is computer skills. You had to learn how to use the computer softwares and things like that. That's a skill. That's not a gift or a talent. It's not something that you're just going to naturally do. You might be talented in computer, in computers, but it's this, you had to learn the skill of Adobe Photoshop, or you had to learn the skill of Adobe animation. You had to learn the skill of Final Cut Pro. I don't even know if I'm still using it anyway, or After Effects. You had to learn the skill of even how to use YouTube, the software of YouTube. It's even though you might be gifted in computers and that technological thinking, you still have to learn the skill. This is a thing that some people don't want to, most people don't want to do. Why? It requires discipline. It requires that you put aside yourself and say, you know what, I'm going to put that down. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to sit on social media all day scrolling and looking at everybody's posts and seeing what everybody's doing. I'm going to invest in myself. And sometimes investing in ourselves is the hardest thing to do. I'm not going to tell you that that's very easy. Developing skills is investing in yourself, and investing in yourself can really be a difficult thing because it requires diligence, it requires discipline, and a lot of times we just really don't want to do that. We don't want to be diligent, we don't want to be disciplined. When you get ready to say, I'm going to be disciplined, I'm going to be diligent, your flesh is going to scream and holler like a 2-year-old child. I don't feel like it. I don't want to read that book. I don't want to listen to that lecture. I don't want to do that homework. I don't want to practice those elements that I need to know in order for me to grow in this skill and be able to use it for my purpose. Developing skills can be tedious, but I'm telling you, it will be worth it. It will be worth it, because everybody has to have some form of education to walk out their purpose. God didn't call you just to get out here. You're not going to just go walk out. I'm going to walk into no. You, even if you're a pastor or a preacher or somebody that, speaks, a speaker or something like that, you have to, I speak a lot, and I have to actually develop in that skill. One thing I do, I have to, develop the skill of writing. I had to develop the skill of writing and how I'm telling my story and how I'm sharing the information so that multiple people can get it at the same time. I said this before on Instagram, but there's so many things that come along with that. Just being a good writer, being able to play to a lot of different demographics and change my message, because although I have one message, which is that of purpose, it has to be I have to adapt that message for different industries. And so that's a skill. That's not something that you just do naturally. That's something you have to learn to do. So I have to sit down and I have to work on, I have to develop in skills. I have to develop in skills. And so you're going to have to get over the I don't want to do it. You're going to have to make the toddler in you sit down. You're going to have to make the toddler in you sit down and do what's necessary. Do what's necessary. And I'm telling you, telling that toddler, telling our inner toddler that no, you cannot just sit up and watch television. You got work to do. I'm not going to tell you that it's the most easiest thing to do, but I will say it's very rewarding. It's very rewarding when you do it, because you will be able to walk that purpose out with confidence. Because where we're not confident is where we don't have our stuff together. That's what people say. You need to get your stuff together. If you ain't got your stuff together, how you going to tell somebody what to do? How are you going to walk out that purpose? Get it together. And part of getting it together is developing that skill. Okay? Getting educated. Skill is education based. Remember, your gifts, something you do naturally. Little cultivation, not a lot. It's like breathing. Talent, something you're good at. Something you're good at. But you have to develop it. You have to cultivate that. You have to work on it. You have to practice it. A skill is something you have to learn. It's something you have to learn. That's the one that trips a lot of us up. Okay. All right. That's it. That's it for today. Purpose people. I'm so proud of you. All of you that are taking this journey and taking this time to go ahead and learn about yourself and what God put in you, so that you can give that thing to the world. I'm telling you, it's going to be so fulfilling. You will get so much joy out of it. And thing is, God, your purpose, I say this all the time, your purpose is not just meant for just for you or for just volunteer purposes. Your purpose is meant to sustain you. There are so many people that are walking, that are living out their purpose, and it's actually their career, whether that's entrepreneurial, which a lot of people are, but there's also people like I've said before that are in industries, doctors, lawyers, all kinds of engineers. They're working for companies, but that's what their purpose to do. That is what their purpose to do. So I'm telling you that your purpose is not just volunteering, something that you're going to have to volunteer on. It's really designed to sustain your life. When God gave you your purpose, he wanted you to build the kingdom. And using that, and as you build that kingdom, he uses it to sustain your life. So I'm so proud of you for taking that step. I'm so proud of you for going through this process and learning finding out what your purpose is. I get tongue tied, right? Finding out what your purpose is and living that thing out and being a blessing to others and blessing yourself. Bless yourself. Walk that purpose out and have that fulfilled life. I want to talk to you soon. Like I said before, make sure you hit subscribe over here on YouTube and hit the notification button so that you're notified every time we upload the next portion, upload another video. And share it. Share this video, because there's so many people that are living that life and they're going to work every day and they are hating life. They are hating life. So be a blessing to somebody else. Share this information, okay? And go on over and subscribe on follow me on Instagram. Follow me. I got to stop subscribing. That's called follow me. Follow me on Instagram. That information is going to be below in the description box below, where you can go ahead and you can follow me on Instagram. You could also go over and you can go to my website, carlapyarborough.com. Click on the work with me button, and let's see how we can work together for you to build that purpose and do that thing that God called you to do. All right. I will talk to you soon, good people. Talk to you next week. Deuces, have a good one. Bye-bye.